So today we're at the Stasiluk Nava Trail. Me and the pups. Do this trail here, located in Hanover. So I'll drop a pin for this location, as well as a 360-degree street view shot, so you can see where we're at. And we're going this walk. This is a good walk to bring shoes that are okay getting wet. There's some soggy spots along the way.
Well, let's go. This is a well-marked trail with trail markers throughout. We're going to go clockwise. Lots of cool rocks on this trail. Need a rock painter on the way. Come on, let's go. Cool specimen of beech here, young beech. A lad of a cedar here. Lots of pine. Who knows what this thing is here? It's just a regular domesticated Texas, or a yew. That's come out here in the woods and been planted by critters. Let's go. Oh, that's a good one. Let's go. There's a field over here that's part of the property. We can go see that. Let's go see. Monarch's pretty excited because we don't usually go this way. It's a good field here. Nice bird watching area. Trails by QR code. Nice bench. We'll add a 360-degree view of this spot as well. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's go. Stones everywhere. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Some nice beaches in here. Kind of hiding in plain sight. This is that's a low bush blueberry there. A whole ton of low bush blueberries through here. In this early part, as we get to the swampier stuff. Some princess pine. Winterberry. Two trails here. This one goes back to where we're going to loop around to on the way out. Kind of swampland in here. It's a nice high bush blueberry. Not a ton of flowers on it, but gearing up. These wild blueberries tend to be a little bit on the gritty side, not so much berry, and a little bit of seed. Stone walls and soil pushed up here from development or turf testing 50 years ago. Let's go. Volunteers do a nice job keeping these trails clean, accessible, getting the logs out of the way. Let's go. Let's go. First sluggy spot. Monarch doesn't mind. There's another taxus growing out here in nature. Some daffodils. Also from somebody's yard that a squirrel has gobbled up and pooped out and planted in the forest. Big section of tree fall down here. Right here. A big old pine. You're not supposed to break off like that. This is changing weather conditions. Plants are having a heck of a time dealing with it. Let's go. Soggy spot, but they've installed some nice bridges through here. Across the soggiest. Load up. Let's go. Oh, hello. Nice little stream here. That's really drainage. Some nice holly in there, though. Let's go. We'll go around this soggy spot here. Come on, let's go. All peat. Traditional peat bog. Wet foresty area. This is a regular apple tree, not even a crab apple. That's a fruit apple. If I didn't know any better, I'd say it's from somebody chucking their apple and it growing up in there. Lots of blueberries. These are all blueberries. All blueberries. Perfect blueberry. Here. Let's go. Thanks, Mar. That's great. That's a drill mark on this stone here. So it's in a wall, but that's a drill mark. You won't see big stones on this rock because they were all harvested and they could turn into anything. Pretty soggy spot through here. I'll do a 360 here as well, but there's some nice bridges across the water. Pause here for a minute to do that 360. All right, we'll continue on. Let's go. What was that? A frog? No, we're going this way, fellas. Come on, let's go. This way. This way, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Lots of ferns coming here in the woods. Lots of fiddleheads. Let's go. Hold up. Hold up is the command to get up on something. These fiddleheads. Ferns coming everywhere. So cool. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, look at this one. Look at this. Cool, huh? Here. Gotta get out early. What do you think, Mara? You're not as enthused as I am. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Blueberries everywhere here, so if you're out on this trail the right time of year, you can beat the wildlife to it. Should be lots of blueberries out here. Lots and lots and lots. Let's go. Like you said, well marked with trail markers. Let's go. We're gonna go this way. Rocks on rocks. Coming up on the Council on Aging in Hanover. This loop here goes around the Council on Aging. It has a future extension approved and planned. We'll chat about that when we get closer. Let's go. We'll pause for a little bit, pick it back up in a minute. Let's go. Back again. It's the Rock Nest Monster. Let's go. Ooh. Many good smells here, apparently. Let's go. Ooh. A little outcropping of decorated stones. That's American holly here. There's one. There's one. There's one. which is curious because, come on, let's go. They don't really bury up, but there's lots of them here. So there must be a female somewhere nearby. It's kind of cool. Little woodland Christmas tree. My monarch. We're going this way. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hi, bud. Come on, let's go. Across the road here, we'll pick back up in just a second. So we're going to talk about pines and what's normal for yellowing on pines. This is not normal, but we'll see in a second what normal looks like. It's probably a factor of salt on the road here. So this browning on the tips of these pines, not really normal. Again, probably salt damage, salt coming up, or salt spray coming up off the road and impacting the tips. Once we get in here a little bit, back on the trail by the way, you'll be able to see some normal yellowing. So this is a white pine. That's new growth coming along, just starting to come along. And you can see there's a little bit of browning. A little bit of yellowing in here, so this yellowing, that yellowing like here, that's completely normal. That's this plant deciding that it's going to shoot out these flowers and then eventually new stems up along here, and it's going to replace these lower understory pine needles that really aren't doing anything for the plant. And it's going to replace them and put new, more productive leaves up higher here. So a little bit of yellowing when it's young like this. You see that cardinal? It's a cardinal right there. I don't know if you can see it too far from the camera to zoom in. There she goes. Her mate must be here, nearby somewhere here. They're territorial and monogamous, generally. Cardinals are. So if you see a cardinal and a Mrs. Cardinal in your area, they're your cardinals. They're your neighborhood cardinals. Mark. So we're on the back side of the Council on Aging now. Council on Aging's up there. Come on, let's go. You've heard of a rock hound and a rock pigeon and a rock lobster. Pretty soon we'll be able to get to see a rock parakeet. They're very rare. They might only occur in these woods in Hanover. Nice trails. Not so bad for people with bifocals. Not too many roots or stems. Yep, you younger watchers, that's the thing. Everything looks good straight ahead, but down below it might not be as good. Let's go, Mar. Pretty plain Jane forest through here. Some princess pine, white pines, oaks, maples, little ash. So this trail here, I'll mark a waypoint, but this spot here, that will eventually continue on up to, eventually there's a bridge that they'll build down there, and you'll be able to continue on up to Forge Pond from there. So drop a pin here real quick. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So it's May 2nd, 2021 here in Massachusetts. Mario, let's go. It snowed a little bit yesterday. It rained yesterday. And there's mosquitoes out today. Welcome to Massachusetts in May. Oh, there it is. The elusive Hanover Rock Parakeet. Where is it? The trees. Not over there. Where is it? Ah, there it is. Hiding in its forest home. The Hanover Rock Parakeet. Lucky to see it. Alright, let's go. Come on, let's go. This trail continues up around the backside of the Council on Aging. We'll turn off for now and we'll pick it back up at the next junction. Alright, so we're down the hill. We're at a junction here. We can go on. When we came out to go clockwise around the Council on Aging, we came out right over there. And then it continues up around the Council on Aging. Comes out over here. And then path splits off, goes this way. And we're going to continue down this way to the Curious Water feature. And we're on our way there now. Pretty much all hardwoods up here. Some softwood pine. Lots of maples, oaks, pin oaks, red oaks. It's kind of a forgotten area in between the development and conservation. Rocks. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Oak. Right at the entrance of this trail. One of the most magnificent oaks in all of Hanover. Right on the road, hiding in plain sight. Those little guys in here though. Mario's pretty enthusiastic about the day. Come on, let's go. Soggy, remember I said good day to wear boots. Trail to wear boots on. Hear the airplane? That's a hint as to what we're coming up off the pond. bridge is here. Come on, let's go. We're not going swimming. So that is a natural stream that comes out of the swamp. And it comes down through here. You can tell it's natural the way it ebbs and flows and meanders. Goes under the bridge here. It's traditional water patterning. But when we get up here, let's go. Look at this cedar. Hang on, we'll come back to this cedar in a minute. But when we get up here, there's this big ridge along the edge. And then there's a river, pretty straight river through here. Goes down around a corner here with the bank. Why do you think this river is here? This is not a natural river. This is 100% a man-made river here. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let's look at this cedar. So here's a cedar, traditional cedar. If you've had cedar chests or cedar blocks to keep the moths out or whatever, it's evidenced by this cool peeling bark. It's got the fragrance to it as well, but that's cedar right there. Good stuff. Cool old tree. You don't see them this big. Generally, they don't make it this far. Somebody finds them and chops them down, but this is pretty well protected here. Just goes up. Not much to look at as a tree, but pretty cool. It'll be here. Slow growing. Be here kind of forever. All right, Monarch, let's go. Mario. We're running a little bit low on memory here, but this part of the trip here, we're coming up to Myrtle Street Fields, but there's birches in here. There's lots of birches in this boggy area. Not many birches throughout Hanover, but this is a spot where you can see some beautiful specimens of white birch. So this river along here, this river is part of the drainage structure for the Hanover Airport. I'll put a picture up on the screen of what it looked like and roughly where I think we are now. But this whole area was drained for an airport. Yep, right here in Hanover. It's now mostly a neighborhood and a ball field, but I'll show you what it looked like once upon a time. Up on the screen now. So there's a junction here along the way. There's this path that goes into the woods and there's blueberries and stuff. If you've got yahoos like this with you, it's not the best way to go because it looks okay. It looks a little bit muddy, but when you get in there, there's a couple spots where there's pools you have to cross and they're not bridged over. They're semi-seasonal, but always muddy, and these guys will come out a different color. So here we are kind of at the end of the trail as it comes out to the ball fields. Cool bridge across here to the neighborhood. There's a neighborhood up here. I'll show you where that is on the map. And the river continues up that way, and the ball field is out this way. Ball field also tends to be pretty murky. It's just grass though, so we'll see what it's like on the other side. Let's go, Mario. So the trail continues past the fields along the old Hanover Branch railbed here. There's some basketball courts, but there were some kids playing basketball there. I don't want to kind of freak them out. That little cut through trail that's muddy and wet, that comes out by the basketball courts. So I was grumping a little bit earlier about changing weather conditions and forests not being able to handle it. This is, again, an area that's been impacted by downdrafts and wind shear. Really not normal for a forest like this, in the abundance that this sort of thing is happening. So it's very different, and the forest is having a hard time dealing with it. The trail that splits early on, when I said it goes to the right it comes out here, and between here and the early part of the trail, lots of low bush blueberries all up in there. It's all pine and blueberry, a couple of beeches, but very undisturbed. Tons of low bush blueberries in there. So the rail trail continues along straight ahead. There's a residence up there. Generally, if you're respectful, you can continue straight ahead, but officially the trail continues off here to the right, so we'll follow the trail and go in. This again is the old Hanover Branch Railroad rail bed coming up to the Center Street street crossing. We'll go up here. This is the green loop. On our way back to where we started. You can see some of the trees are also marked with green blazes or red blazes, depending on which loop you're on. We're back on our way back out to the parking lot. This is a great trail because it's good for, I think it's great for little kids as well, because there's different sort of layers of the loop. So you can make it a really short walk, or a medium walk, or even a pretty long walk. You can get about 2 miles out of this if you start down by Mayette's, a little further down. But off of the trail here, different layers of loops allow you to make it the size walk that works for you. So that's the Nava-Stasiluk trail in Hanover. If you want to see my website, it's up there. If you want to subscribe, that would be great. They're over there, and there's more videos that you might like over there. And so we'll see you next time on Gardening the Right Way.